Before I leave the house, I protect my energy first and foremost. Everybody shouldn't have access to you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Y'all, I am your girl, Miss Mo, and this is Miss Mo's Confessions. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe, click the bell. We're going to go ahead and dive in. I decided to do some makeup. Today I'm going to be running some errands, picking up some packages, and picking up some wellness supplies, some wellness supplements, all sorts of good stuff, y'all. So I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of makeup. Just something really simple. But y'all know I've been practicing on my makeup and I'm super duper whimsical. So I get a little carried away. All right. So don't mind me. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. So first things first, guys. When it comes down to protecting your energy, all right, protecting your energy is what we on. Emotional boundaries. Okay. Is very important. Now, what does that mean? Well, emotional boundaries just really boils down to the fact that, you cannot allow people to trauma dump on you. You cannot allow people to give you these sob stories. And it may be valid. Don't get it twisted, right? We ain't knocking it, right? But we're not allowing people to give us these situations to solve. No gossiping or anything like that before we leave out the door, y'all. Okay. Phone calls are very limited when you are about to head on out the door. Okay. Wild, right? But when you know you about to go handle business and you're doing investments or you meeting with clients or you networking, you getting outside, you got some motion going on, you really don't want, you want to limit who you're talking to and why you're talking to them. Not to be funny, I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I'm just keeping it real, okay? It ain't for everybody. You ain't for everybody at all times, okay? You ain't for everybody at all times. It is what it is, okay? Hope y'all can hear me, okay? You do you. Okay. Um, Mental peace. You have to be mentally peaceful. Okay. You got to know that everything you're doing is going to work out in your favor. Okay. You got to know that. You got to know that everything is going to work out in your favor. Okay. Bottom line. Okay. You can't have nobody else's anxiety on you. Okay. That's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way to go here. Um, Okay. Um, what else? Avoiding draining people. Okay. Like I said, this is not for everybody. If it's people that you need to talk to, it's about some money, duh. You're going to answer the phone for some money because you're expecting that, right? You know what I mean? Right? But you're not going to answer the phone for people, places, or things that has no money attached to them. And I'm not saying like everything is about money. I'm not saying that, y'all. But what I am saying is, if it's unnecessary, it's their problem to solve. It's not our problem to solve. Okay. It's not our problem to solve. We can't solve everybody's problems. That's not our purpose. Okay, we not everybody's. Especially as a divine feminine. It ain't your job. You tell that man, call your life coach, buddy. Call your sponsor. Call your mentor. I'm a woman. Unless you paying me for services to tap in and get deep into your situation, that's different. But if I'm just, you're supposed to be relieving my stress, not adding on to mine. Okay? Just saying. We ain't doing all that. Y'all don't start with me. Okay? Put in the comments, see what you think. But, I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. But I'm being real. Okay? The realness is when you out here and you about to head outside and you're dealing with this world, the outside world, you really can't be distracted. You really can't, y'all. It's a no-no. Can't be distracted, y'all. Okay? You really can't. You can't be distracted by other people's problems because people will make you a emotional tampon. Okay? You got to make sure you are spiritually grounded before you head out your door. Make sure you have time to pray. You can't be on the phone talking to them while you're getting ready to leave. That's nonsense. That means you adding anxiety. You're going to miss something. No. Family, I'm sorry. Listen, I understand what you're going through. I understand. Show them that empathy that they need because that's probably what they need to hear. It's some empathy, right? You know what I'm saying? Fam, I understand what you're going through. But family, I got to get ready for outside, family. It's a war out here. You know what I mean? It's real treacherous out here, fam. So can I please call you back? If it's your man, your kids, your grandkids, they should understand. I don't care who it is. They should understand. Okay? Let them know, hey, I'm about to head on out the door. I need to go ahead and take some time with God real quick before I head on out. Let me pray about, before I make that decision, let me pray about what you're talking about her. You know what I'm saying? Let me pray about what you're talking about. Okay? Let me pray about this. Okay? I ain't trying to be funny. Okay? Love you too. Boo boo. Okay? Protecting your energy isn't about being mean. It's about being intentional. Alright? So first things first, when you are spiritually grounding yourself, you want to go into prayer. Make sure you say some affirmations. Y'all know I'm the affirmation queen. I will come up with some good old affirmations, okay, every now and then. Well, every day, actually. But you know what I mean. You don't have to say affirmations every time you leave the house, y'all. But if you want to make that a ritual, go for it. I think you should have a ritual of preparing to leave ritual. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that's a great idea. Listen to some music, drink your hot tea, do something before you go. So even if your loved ones come home and be like, oh, yep, they left. You can always tell, like, when you're going to be gone for a long period of time, or if you're not going to be gone for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? Um, Stuff like that. What else? Um, I try to avoid negative reels online, or if you got, because some of us we do have our ratchet slash, you know, social media, that unfiltered social media uh, page or profile that's really fun to watch. Let's be real. Ain't nothing wrong with that, y'all. Okay? Nothing's wrong with that. But try not to use that as a way to prepare yourself to leave out the house. You know, stay centered before social interactions. And this is just really what it is. You leaving out the house, as soon as you leave out your home, you really, at this point, it's showtime, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying not to be yourself. I'm not saying that. But you have to be on your best behavior. You have to be on your A game. You have to be witty. You have to think 5 steps ahead. You got to really listen, okay? You have to active listen to people and pick up what they're trying to tell you. Okay? You have to pick up what they're trying to tell you, y'all. Okay? Okay? Um, what else? I'm careful about what I consume before I step out. Very careful. All right? Very careful. To each his own. Okay? Um, you know, because you got to stay confident out there. You got to stay confident, y'all. Okay? So anything that's going to bring down your confidence, got to go. Okay? Just put on a little makeup. Y'all, listen. We'll start. You like that? It's not a little bit of makeup mode. That's a lot of makeup. Well, you know what I mean. Girl, ever since I had walked outside and ran into a photographer and I got those pictures taken. You see all those pictures I took, those professional photos? That was from me just stepping outside. Okay? That was from me stepping outside, y'all. And ran into that photographer. And I got my pictures done for the Lolo. And they came out to be beautifully done. Absolutely marvelous. Okay? And so ever since then, I said I will not sleep on um when I step out to put a little more effort in what I'm doing, okay? Okay? I don't know what I'm doing this thing I'm doing, y'all. That's the only part. I be trying my best to do this liner stuff. That is just a challenge for me. I don't know if I did it right. It's just the angle of it is just off. I need to stop doing it because it's not hitting the way I want to. I'm a sci-fi lover, so I'll be wanting to feel like I'm out of space or something. I like that, like galaxy sci-fi makeup. Did I do this right? I don't know. Somebody gonna tell me. I've been waiting for y'all to tell me something in those damn comments. Okay. But yeah, you know, how you get ready, it does affect your mood. Okay. So if you get ready, you don't put no lotion on, you don't put no smell goods on, you just go as is. Um, you don't pray. Or do the necessary stuff you need to do. Okay. Um, you're not gonna be as confident out there in the world. I'm not saying you gotta be a damn beauty queen. Okay. If you're the type of person that you're naturally pretty and you don't really truly have to put on makeup, then shit, go for it. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Do what you gotta do to make sure you feel confident, no matter what that looks like. Okay. For real, for real. . if you like me trying to experiment and figure out what looks work, go for it. Because we're in a day and age where we can pretty much get whatever we want as long as we're confident about whatever it is we're doing. You don't have to look like everybody else no more. There's no set style. You can wear what you want to wear. Do what you want to do. Okay? And that's on period. Now this right here, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. You see that? Okay. I had to wipe that off a little bit. Okay, we're going to do what we do, baby. Okay. What am I trying to do? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get this together. All right, anyway. I think we can move on now to the yeah. Okay. Well, you know, whatever. Let me get a few things. All right, let's work on these lips. So the lips is pretty simple, guys. You know, I'm just loving the pink today. The pink is awesome. I like the baby pink. Even though it doesn't look like baby pink, it looks like white on my lips. It's a motion body. You cannot get in. I don't drink gin. Bad bitches love me. Drink none of it. Anyway, make sure you wear something that you are comfortable with wearing. It would be better to wear something that's too big than something that's too small. Okay? My advice to you. Wear something that is too big than too small. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the black liner, guys. Okay. I usually don't wear the black liner because my shirt got black writing on it. I was like, well, you know what? Let's do that. Maybe I can put a little gloss on this. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, you want to just be stress free. Okay. If your energy not right, you shouldn't leave your house. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if you like that all the time, you're not gonna make no money. So you gotta be able to. I mean, you could stay at home and make money on the internet. I mean, if you wanted to, if you got motion like that, shit, I ain't knocking it. You know. But me, I like to have a human connection. So I feel like networking in person and online should be a daily thing. You know, it should come in a package deal. It should be a package deal, y'all. Okay. Network online and network in person. Both every day. And make sure you ground yourself every time. Um, make sure you are feeling prepared. Make sure you're feeling prepared mentally and emotionally, because you need to be emotionally and mentally intelligent when you're stepping outside, dealing with these folks out here. Okay. Period, point blank. Sometimes getting ready helps me shift my entire mood. Because once I see myself ready, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm ready. For real, for real. Okay? Period, point blank. I'm ready. Okay? So you want to make sure that you keep in mind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and name off a few things that drains your energy. Okay? No matter what. Number one, gossip. Number two, doom scrolling, which is just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You got no intentions of why you scrolling. You ain't looking up nothing. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even creating. You just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Okay. Another one is over explaining yourself. That's a huge one. Okay. Do not over explain yourself. If you got to tell a person 55,000 times that you can't do something, That's a problem. That's energy draining. And if a person wants you to be like that, that's a toxic energy. That's an energy vampire you're dealing with, okay? Um, Fake support. Being around people that you know don't really fuck with you, okay? Or even being fake. You know, it takes a lot of energy, y'all, to be fake. Okay? It takes a lot of energy to be a phony person. If you decide to be phony to somebody and you withholding the truth, that's energy being taken. Okay. Chaotic environments. People start to arguing, fussing, fighting, and all that around you. It's time to go. It's time to hit the bricks, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's time to hit the bricks. Straight up. And then constantly proving yourself. You feel like you got to constantly prove yourself to somebody? It's over. Hit the bricks. You know? It ain't nothing. Protecting your peace is sometimes mean to disappointing people. Only disappointing people say, you're so mean, because they had no intentions of really fulfilling your day in the first place. Okay? So there's a few things you need to learn. Number one, boundaries are necessary. Okay? Silence is powerful. You don't owe constant access to anyone. And no one is deserving enough to have constant access to you. Peace is more valuable than attention. Okay? I stopped trying to be available to everybody. All right? If it don't fit in my shit, it just don't fit in my shit. I'm going to try again a different day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, I'm trying to do what I got to do, but you know, if it don't fit in, then you know, it is whatever it is, right? So my question to you is, what drains your energy the fastest? And do you believe in protecting your energy? How do you do that? Another question is, what part of your self-care routine is more important before you leave your house? Okay. So let me give you a few affirmations that I use before I leave the house. Okay. My peace is valuable. If you were to say that, that's just relieving, just off the bat. My peace is valuable. I protect my mind, body, and my spirit. My mind, my body, and my spirit is protected. I don't have to absorb anybody's energy or everybody's energy. I don't have to absorb everybody's energy. In closing, guys, protecting your energy is self-respect. It's a sign of self-respect, guys, okay? All right, I'll see y'all later. God bless you all. Enjoy yourself. Bye. Oh, click the link. Subscribe. You know what to do. Learn more about me. Click the link in my bio. All right, bye.